It's the WP Minute. Support independent WordPress news like this. Join our Slack membership or purchase a classified listing at thewpminute.com/support. And now a word from our sponsor. That's us. If you'd like to sponsor the WP Minute, sponsorships are now open. You can reach out to me at thewpminute.com/contact. Reach your WordPress professionals every single week with the most regarded WordPress news, podcast, and blog, and newsletter, and YouTube channel in the industry. Go to the wpminute.com/contact. Thank you, Pressable and Bluehost, for recently becoming one of our pillar sponsors. You know how it goes. Everything I mentioned here will be linked up in the newsletter and the blog post. Check out the wpminute.com for the links. Let's get into that. News blocks are now a key part of the WordPress experience, but what if they were platform agnostic? That's the idea behind Block Protocol. Founded in 2022, the organization recently released a WordPress plugin. In its initial release, the Block Protocol plugin adds over a dozen new blocks to WordPress. Included in the package, you'll find blocks to display common items such as addresses, how-to lists, and countdown timers. There are also AI-powered blocks for generating images and text. The blocks work on any platform that supports the Block Protocol, and additional blocks are in the works. To learn more, the WP Minute's Eric Karkovac sat down with Hash CEO David Wilkinson to discuss the project, along with its potential to enhance WordPress and other platforms. And now for a special segment, Amber Hines of Equalize Digital discusses the pre-seed investment for her company received from Amelia Capital and what it means for their accessibility checker plugin.
We were super excited yesterday to announce that Amelia Capital, the investment company started by Joost and Marika from Joost SEO, with the intent of helping us grow our accessibility checker plugin. I've talked to both Joost and Marika over the years. They sponsored WordPress Accessibility Day conference in the fall of last year. They shared that they were consolidating all of their investments into Amelia Capital. So I reached out to see if we could start a conversation.
For somebody who's looking for that same kind of thing, this is seed investment. How does that work in terms of a B corporation?
So we went through the whole process last year of changing our entity type, which was a pretty big overhaul, but definitely was worth it because once we had the conversation with them, it was easy to just really quickly get documentation in play, go back and forth a little bit with our attorneys and they did with their attorneys, and then get everything signed.
Are you able to disclose how much they're investing?
No. I know, it's horrible. I'll say that as someone who is trying to think about, right? Like I've just gone through that, thinking about growing my business and wanting to sell it one day. It is so painful that nobody just gives you all the numbers, but we can't.
What's the plans for the money? Hiring, marketing, investing in another area of the business. What does that look like?
So our plan with this immediately, we have posted a job for a senior plugin developer. We're really excited to be able to use this funds to have someone on it full time so that we can speed up development on our roadmap. We are planning to also hire a full-time salesperson. We're not sure what the timeline on that is, but we have some really specific goals around trying to grow the enterprise side of the business. So that will come at some point here soon-ish, but we're going to sort of build out a few more features that we need first.
Upcoming feature enhancements, things to look forward to for our listeners or your customers.
So a really big one that's going to come out in the next couple of weeks here is a front-end highlighting feature. We have been working on trying to build features that make it easier for people who can't read code to use the software. We fully recognize right now that it's pretty developer friendly and not as content creator friendly. So we have a beta out right now and we're hoping to release really soon. So that will be super helpful and coming out soon.
Awesome stuff. Amber Hines, Equalize Digital. Thanks for hanging out today.
Thank you.
Okay, some links you shouldn't miss this week. Artificial intelligence is increasing its presence within WordPress. Last week, we reported that OpenAI has made its API available to developers wanting to integrate ChatGPT into their applications. It didn't take long for the WordPress community to dive in. One example, the recent launch of DocsBot AI. The product allows you to create custom chatbots on your website, content, and documentation. It's free to try, with paid plans also available. Meanwhile, an open source alternative called OpenChatKit has also been announced. Speaking of ChatGPT, the WP Minute's Eric Karkovac, that guy showing up again, recently used the AI tool to build a simple WordPress plugin. He wrote about the experience and the unexpected lessons he learned. Check out that article for more WordPress and AI goodness. WordPress security is getting better. According to PatchStack's State of WordPress Security in 2022 report, 328% more security bugs were reported year over year. The firm opines that because more vulnerabilities are being reported and patched, the ecosystem is becoming more secure. They also note that 93% of security flaws originated from plugins. Thus, keeping your installs up to date is as important as ever. Automattic is increasing its presence in the Fediverse. The company has purchased the ActivityPub plugin, which allows WordPress websites to integrate with Mastodon and other decentralized platforms. Sarah Gooding of WP Tavern reports that the plugin author Matthias Pfefferl will join Automattic and continue to develop the software. From the grab bag this week, it's time to take a look at some other interesting topics submitted by our contributors. Mika Epstein, a longtime member of the WordPress plugin review team, has announced that she plans to step down from her role this summer. She's not disappearing from WordPress community, however. Epstein plans to continue writing and maintaining plugins. WordPress co-founder Matt Mullenweg and Gutenberg lead architect Matthias Ventura are slated to appear at WP Engine's virtual developer conference Decode on March 21st and 23rd, 2023. As the full release of WordPress 6.2 comes nearer, Release Candidate 2 is now available for testing. Automattic's Jetpack announced that it's teaming up with WordPress maintenance service MainWP. Users can now add Jetpack security-related extensions via the MainWP marketplace. I wonder if this is going to be more partnerships in third-party plugins with Jetpack. It'd be really interesting to see that unfold over the rest of this year. If you've been affected by the recent tech layoffs, PostStatus has put together a handy list of resources. The list includes links for job seekers and dealing with the mental health aspects of losing a job. WordCamp Buffalo is on the calendar and set to take place May 6, 2023. The event has put out a call for speakers, sponsors, and volunteers. It's easy to look at the successful person and assume that the luck has played a major role, but a recent episode of Underrepresented in Tech podcast argues that luck has nothing to do with it. Check out that podcast for more. New members this week, Kyle Van Duzen. Follow him at Kyle Van Duzen on Twitter. Thanks to all of the members who shared these links today: Jeff Chandler, Dennis Dornan, Michelle Frechette, and Courtney Robertson. Thanks to you, dear listener and viewer and reader, but you're not hearing this if you're reading it. The best thing you can do for us this week is share us on social media. Let others know that your favorite 5 minutes of WordPress news happens every Wednesday and is available at thewpminute.com/subscribe. That extended long-form content, if you want longer-form interviews and other content like WP Product Talk, check us out at thewpminute.com/plus. Thanks to everyone who has purchased the Link Squad membership over the years. It really helps support the cause here at the leading independent WordPress news source. Get your WordPress insider news fix at thewpminute.com/support.